YouTube, welcome back to my channel. So I see on my last Amazon video I had a lot of questions about what to expect or what should they feel like or what their first day would be like, interviews and things such as. So I figured I'd make a little video about things I wish I would have known or things that I felt like would be important and things you should know before working at Amazon. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'm gonna get right into this video. First and foremost, your first day, you're going to be sore. Unless you work out or your body is used to physical activity, you're gonna be sore for sure because you're working 10-hour shifts and you're standing on your feet for those 10 hours. You do get 2 30-minute breaks, but if your body's not used to physical activity or being on your feet that long, you're definitely going to start feeling the pain. So I advise people to wear comfortable shoes. They do offer shoes to you through a company named Zappos. They offer shoes, but I've had 2 shoes from there, and the first pair wasn't that comfortable. I broke them in and they started to feel better after I ran into some socks that saved my life, literally. They're called Dr. Scholl's circulatory socks. I'll include the link or put a picture in the video after. Also, the shoes that they provide aren't that comfortable. It's hard to break them in. I don't think they're really made to be comfortable. They're really made to be steel toes so that you're able to avoid things falling on your feet and it hurting, or they're running into a lawsuit or things like that. Amazon's really big on safety and they don't want you working without shoes that are steel toe. Recently they will find you with no shoes, or if they see you walking in with shoes on that are not protective, they're going to send you home or ask you to come back with the correct shoes on. So just make sure that you have shoes that are comfortable, because it's very important that you have shoes that fit you and comfortable. You are standing for 10 hours in the day. When you get hired at Amazon, it's not an actual interview. You go there with identification. So whether you have a passport, a license, social security card, you go in there and you present your identification, so your proof of citizenship. You'll take a drug test, and then that's pretty much it. So a lot of times I've seen people come to Amazon, they have on a suit or they're dressed up. It's not a literal interview. You basically, when you sign up online and you pick your shift, you basically have the job unless you can't pass the background check or the drug test. And I'm not too sure, but I have heard people say that Amazon no longer tests for marijuana. So I feel like it is true, because I've seen a lot of people say it, and I know a lot of people who said they actually felt like they shouldn't have passed the drug test and they did. So that's something to keep in mind. As far as you being comfortable at Amazon, you want to make sure that you're getting at least 6 to 8 hours of sleep every night. If you don't get sleep, whether you work a mid shift, the morning shift, or overnight, you have to have rest. If you come to work and you're not rested, 9 times out of 10, you're going to be grumpy, and there's nothing you can do about it because you have 10 hours to go, 5 hours to go, 6 hours to go. So in order to get through your day, you want to make sure that you're getting rest. Anytime you're exerting a lot of energy, you want to make sure that you're hydrated. Amazon has water coolers throughout the building, and the water is pretty fresh. It tastes like spring water, which I prefer spring water over purified water, so that's a plus. The water is very fresh and it's very cold. There's no limit on the amount of water that you get. They do push taking small breaks, so maybe a minute or 2 minutes if you are exerting too much energy at Amazon. So take advantage of the small breaks that they may give you. Every building can vary. You want to make sure you're taking advantage of the small breaks, and also you're drinking water as much as you can or as much as you feel like. I always tell people, like, try to take a sip of water like every 30 minutes so that you're not chugging down a lot of water all at once and it's starting to make you feel full and sluggish while you're working. So this is the water bottle that I use for work. As you can see, it has marks on it. It helps me and guides me throughout the day. I'll fill it up about twice. Sometimes I'll fill a whole water bottle, but like I said, I advise people to sip. And also they do, when you bring in water bottles, they do want clear ones that you can see through. So when it's time to work, you do have rates at Amazon. Every station varies. So you have Smart Pack. These are areas that I know of. So Smart Pack, like what I usually do. You have singles where you pack the bags that you close with the plastic pieces, and then you have the boxes, which is singles. I have a rate for each section. Like I said, it varies at each Amazon. I guess it would be business needs or how much they think that each building can put out. You don't want to overwork yourself, because if you focus on hitting rate the whole day, just remember it's not 10, it's technically 9 hours that you're physically working. So if you're trying to hit rate all day, just think how tired your body will be. So my advice is to just find your rhythm that's consistent. So find a rhythm that's consistent. Just go and go and go as you can. They're not going to overwork you. As far as I know, my building isn't that way. They're not going to overwork you, but they're going to make sure you're hitting rate to, you're putting out enough product to be shipped, because they do have a certain amount that they want to get put out each day. What I do, now I'm not telling everyone to do this, but what I do is I pack fast, really fast, and then I give myself like a 30-second break. And then I do it again. I learn tricks because every hour I like to see what my rate is, and you can tell what works and what doesn't. You can tell what works and what doesn't work by trying different things every day. If you're able to, I definitely advise that. Just finding your rhythm is very important as far as hitting rate, so that you're not over pressuring yourself and getting very tired by the midpoint of your shift. Amazon does not have uniform. You just have to make sure that your hair is pulled back. It can't be below your shoulders. Your shorts can't be above your fingertips, and no spaghetti strap shirts. But for the most part, you want to wear something comfortable, like a t-shirt. I'd wear this to work. You want to wear a t-shirt, something loose fitting, something to wear if you're sweating, you're not feeling suffocated, because like I said, you are working in a warehouse. You want to be comfortable so that you can make it through the day. If you're working 10 4-hour shifts, those are long shifts, so you want to make sure you're comfortable and able to work through your shift without being frustrated, because a lot of times people come and they don't even make it past the first day because they're not doing all the right things to make sure that their body's getting slowly used to working inside the warehouse. A lot of people hear about the overtime that you're able to work at Amazon. I advise people who are not used to working long shifts, or people who are not used to physical activity, do not overdo the overtime, because what will happen is you have 4 days out the week. Yeah, we get 3 days off, but at the same time it's needed because of the amount of things you're doing to put extra energy on your body. So let's say you work an extra shift, and that's 5 days now. Some people will work 6 days, which is the max. You cannot go over 60 hours in a work week. When they see that you're starting to get close to the 60 hours, they will ask you to go home, because of laws, you cannot work more than 60 hours in a week. As far as overtime, you don't want to bite off more than you can chew, and then by the time it's time to work your regular shifts the next week, you're too burnt out to where you can't work. We do get up to 80 hours of unpaid time. Those are times you can use freely. You're not penalized for it. But the only thing is, when your unpaid time hits negative hour, you are fired. So Amazon is a job to where you basically, if you get fired, most of the time it can be for your reasons. But I know it does vary by person, because I'm pretty sure there are times where people get fired and it's something unfair, like any job. But to avoid any problems to where your unpaid time is going negative, you don't want to work too many hours, because like I said, we're human and we'll get tired, and then you'll end up not coming to work, and then slowly but surely you'll see your hours start to go lower and lower and lower. So it's best to just pace yourself and work as much hours as you can, not as how much hours as you want. What I found works for me, I like to move around, so I might take like a little break in like March or stretch. They do have, I'm not sure if every building is like this, but every so often on the screen it'll stop and then give you 2 15-second stretches. So it can be a back stretch, a hamstring stretch, You can either choose a body or a mind stretch. So it's like you're having a bad day. It really will help. Like it'll tell you to breathe in and out, or it'll tell you to close your eyes and think about something that makes you happy. Count to 15, count to 30, and then you'll start seeing the screens to tell you to start working again. So I think that's something that's pretty smart, because if you do have feet or leg problems, Amazon does have Ergo mats. You stand on these and it does help, because there are times where we're doing like a stand-up or a short survey or something to where we have to go to leadership and talk about things like safety measures. So something where we're standing on the regular floor and it's not in front of an actual station. I do notice the difference. Your back will start hurting, and the Ergo mats are definitely helpful. So that's something to look forward to. So for those of you who are maybe worried about back problems, feet problems, or leg problems, the Ergo mats definitely help in aiding your body hurting if you do have those. Now, Amazon does give you 2 30-minute breaks. The first one is unpaid and the second one is paid. Do not go over on that second break. I made that mistake before and I got a write-up. So Amazon has what you call scan to scan. That second break, since they're not able to track it, you don't clock in and out for it. What they do is the last item you scan starts the break, and the next item you scan when you come back in ends the break. So I made the mistake of walking out and then, I think I was like 7 minutes above, or 12 minutes. I can't remember the number, and I got written up for it. And that's the first time I heard about it. And it was really petty to me, but I didn't know. So that's something to keep in mind when you're doing your second break. I have a lot of people ask me, do I get discounts? I do not get discounts unless the item is an Amazon product and it has to ship from an Amazon building. When we started, they did tell us we got Amazon discounts, but later we found out that it had to be an Amazon product. So, I guess it's a plus if you do find something, but 9 times out of 10, when you actually look and see where the item came from, it's not an Amazon product. So that's something to be mindful as well if you do think you're going to work for Amazon and just get a discount on so many things. If you're a social butterfly, Amazon might not be the job for you, because a lot of times you want to hit rate, so you don't have that much time to make friends and talk to people at work. So if you really function with conversation, it's going to be hard to be successful at Amazon, because you're assigned to a station. You're literally by yourself at that station. So there's not much time to socialize unless it's lunchtime, or if you get lucky and you have someone at the station with you. So that's something that's really important, I feel, because I know a lot of people at work do say it's like depressing, or they don't want to work there anymore because they want to have some actual conversation with people. So a lot of things with Amazon you won't figure out until you actually get in trouble for it. Like I said, my unpaid break that I got written up for. So just pay attention, socialize with people there when you can, because a lot of people probably have been written up for things, or there's probably some things that they forgot and left out during orientation. So it's good to not necessarily make friends if you're not the social type, but you definitely want to talk to people there so that you're able to know things that are going on, or something you might want to avoid as far as getting in trouble at Amazon, so you can be successful worker at Amazon. So these are a lot of things that I found would be very helpful. It would have been helpful for me if I had known before I started working for Amazon. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I'm very friendly. If anyone has any questions, you can just drop the comment below in this video, and I'll be happy to go ahead and respond to you to the best of my knowledge.